It's High Concepts.
All right now,
With Sam Pellegrino and Matt Dunko.
won't you listen?
What's up, everybody? This is High Concepts. I'm your host, Sam Pellegrino. Joining me today, well, first, I guess I should establish that my sidekick, Matt Dunko, is at a food truck right now, and he will be joining us soon. However, we don't know when, because he won't text me back. So I just told him to hop on when he can. But in the meantime, we got Katy Pasquariello. How's it going, Katy?
Hello, living the dream.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude. All right, so Katy actually has a background in philosophy a little bit, I guess. Me and her were in the same philosophy class freshman year. It's the only one I ever took because I don't know a lot about it. Katy, how much do you know about philosophy?
I took a couple classes in high school. Took the one freshman year. I've taken my minor's cultural studies, so we tend to go a lot about like philosophy and like how that influenced culture.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, you know? We're all about that here at High Concepts, and we're also all about marijuana. But we got Katy Pasquariello. I forgot to introduce you. Wait, did I?
You did.
Okay. Well, she's a very funny stand-up comedian, sketch writer. She also writes for WordPress. You can watch her TED Talk on YouTube. What's that called again? It's like TEDx Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy good, dude. You just posted it on your story last night, and I watched it again, and I was like, oh, damn, dude. That's Katy talking about childhood trauma. It sucks, but, like, goddamn, look at her go, you know?
Aw, shucks.
Yeah, dude. So, yeah, today we're going to be talking about Plato's Allegory of the Cave. We learned about this in our class. Katy, do you remember this at all?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm high to the point where I don't remember what I had for dinner yesterday.
That's what's up, dude. Oh, I should also mention that this is the last of my weed for the rest of quarantine. So if you would like to mail me some weed,
Are you
I'm gonna put my P.O. box like right here.
Are you
right?
asking people to commit a felony for you?
I am. Please commit mail, or not mail fraud, but whatever that would be. So I may smoke reefer. Anyway, we got Katy Pasquariello here. She's very funny. So we're going to be talking about Plato's Allegory of the Cave. Yeah, let's dive right in to the thought experiment. So, imagine this. We got 3 prisoners.
Right.
And they're like chained to a wall, right?
You're right.
So they can't move their heads or their bodies, and I guess they can close their eyes, but like that's it basically. And like they can sort of talk to each other, but like they can't see themselves or each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they can see is a wall opposite theirs in this giant cave, right?
Right.
And all on the opposite wall over there, we got like shadows being cast onto it by people walking around outside of the cave. Right?
Right.
Oh. My bad, it was Dunko.
Is he joining?
Yeah, he was like, did you already start? Because if so, I don't want to come in. And I'm like, no. But he's going to be surprised. All right. So we got, what did I mention? Oh, yeah. The opposite wall has shadows being cast onto it from people walking around outside. Because outside, there's like a hole in the cave, but they can't see like the prisoners or anything. And the prisoners can't see outside. But the light's coming through. You get it, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. uh, I just really want to talk about that cave. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have a very distinct picture in my head of what the cave should look like and what I want you to imagine the cave to be. And if I don't say that perfectly, then I will not be able to continue.
I picture the cave like, you know, those like I think they're usually like first person shooter games that have like caves in it where it's like the final boss is in the cave.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah. So then we got the shadows on the wall, right?
Right.
So the prisoners see the shadows and they give those things names because that's what they think the objects are. Like, they're not seeing people, they're seeing people's shadows, but they're calling the shadows people because that's what they know themselves to look like. So they themselves think that they are shadows, right?
Right.
Well, one day, one of the prisoners is freed. Yeah.
Go them.
And yeah, right? Good for him. Like, but like he like leaves the cave and like he sees like the sun shining on everything for like the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like his eyes kind of like they hurt at first and like he's kind of disoriented by everything. But like as he interacts with things, he starts seeing things as they actually are. And his eyes adjust to the sunlight, right?
Right.
So after that, he's like, well, shit, I gotta go tell my buddies back in the cave about this. And he like runs back into the cave, but he can't see shit because his eyes aren't adjusted to the darkness anymore. They're adjusted to the sunlight. So it's like he's blind, basically. So he goes through and he's like shouting like, hey, you guys should come outside. And they're like, why the fuck would we go outside? That sounds awful. I don't want to be disoriented or in pain or whatever.
Right.
And he's like, but it's so much cooler out here. And they're like, nah, dude, we're cool with just shadows. Then eventually he like goes into the cave and like tries to get them out, you know, like break them out. But they violently resist any attempts to free them. So, having said that, Plato used that in his 7th book of his Republic as an allegory of what it means to truly think freely. Plato argues that most people aren't only comfortable in their ignorance, but hostile to anyone who points it out. And it pains them when they learn of their ignorance too. So through this allegory, Plato shows that only by discounting everything that we think we know, only if we do that, that's the only way we can obtain true knowledge, which he believes to be the ultimate goal of life, right? So, having said that, what do you think it means to know something?
Jesus.
Yeah. We getting...
I don't think anyone is truly like a free thinker because I think we're all inherently bounded by some sort of like societal norm.
Right.
And I think knowing something probably just stems from like in your gut you believe that that's fact. Like 2 + 2, we all take as fact.
For real, yeah. But so I'm gonna up this another layer. You ready?
Right.
So, is what he saw outside of the cave any more real than what the people are seeing inside the cave?
No, because everyone has their own reality. Like, take a modern example would be quarantine. everyone has their own individual story arc of how they're dealing with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone has their own set of problems right now. What I'm dealing with probably isn't the same as you. So it's like everyone has their own bucket of shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel that. Like there are like people out there who are actually like losing people, and it's like, holy shit, I'm not going through that. It doesn't feel like that for me. And it's like shocking to hear like the stories of people, you know?
Like there was an article about a doctor who has a young kid, she's like 6, and has an ex-husband, and she's working on the front lines in the COVID unit in a hospital. She's tested negative. She's going through all the precautions of like taking her gear off like outside of the house, taking like 20-minute showers before she talks to anybody. Her ex-husband's like, screw that, I'm taking the kid. So she loses her kid during the quarantine. I'm like, that's whack.
A doctor?
Yep.
What the fuck? Yo, that's fuck. That'd be like taking away Superman's kid. Like, who the fuck are you, dude?
There is so I used to, like, my first job was as a cook in one of those like fast casual restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a girl there who, she started after me and she left before me, but like I was like training her and all that. She got diagnosed with corona.
Damn.
So it's starting to get wild now that we are starting to like know people who have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real. Like, I personally don't know anyone who has it yet, but like, I feel like it's gonna come soon, you know? Like,
Right.
If it hasn't happened yet, it's happening. Like, it's unavoidable.
Right.
But, yeah, so let me ask you, hit you with another hardball real quick.
Hit me.
So, put yourself in that prisoner's shoes, right? Well, not like his actual shoes, because he probably wasn't wearing any. But
Right.
yeah. Imagine you're him, right? Do you think you would be able to go back to life inside of the cave after having experienced life outside?
I don't think so, because if I would want to see what the outside has to offer before I'm like, let me go back here. But I also think everyone's like, oh, I would for sure do this, but like you don't know what you would do in the moment.
For real. I always ask like a follow-up, like, are you sure you would do that? Like, because I know half the time what I say I would do is not what I would actually do.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't, like, I'd like to imagine that I would jump in front of a bus to like save a kid, but in reality, I'd probably just be like, oh shit, dude. Like, I'd be sad, but like, I wouldn't fucking, I'm not risking my shit for him, you know?
Exactly.
Like, sorry, Timmy. Fucking, maybe next time don't play so close to the street. Let me ask you this, Katie.
What's up, Sam?
Do you think we're living in a cave?
Jesus.
And if so, what's the cave? Like,
Our cave is our comfort zones, because that is where
Yo!
we're most comfortable. So of course we're like, oh, let me be in my box.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not particularly inclined to go outside of the box. Outside of the box would be the outside. Inside the box is the cave. That goes back to all of us having our own realities.
Yo, for real. I agree. I feel like
full circle.
Mm-hmm. Everything is just based on our experiences and like what our lives have been up until that second, you know? So,
Hey, sorry I took so
Dunko.
long to do that.
Dunko!
Hi, Dunko.
Hey, Katie, how you
That's
doing?
good. Good.
I'm okay.
We're
How are
wrapping up.
you?
I'm hanging in there. I mean, North Carolina is North Carolina. This is root beer, by the way. So
Yeah.
don't get any bad thoughts.
Yeah, don't. What?
Bad thoughts as for both.
I know you have impurities, Sam, and probably
Dunko,
Katie.
you're just in time for me to advocate for the use of LSD.
Perfect. Can I have
This
my name
is what
removed from the
happens
project?
when you're not on the podcast. Dunko, I start advocating for people to do drugs. This is your fault.
Sam, you do that all the time.
Yeah, like this is just an opportunity for you, really.
I mean, I do enjoy a nice drug. I'm not gonna lie, but particularly like I want to say that there's only 3 good ones, and LSD definitely one of them. Maybe 4 or 5. Who's counting? I don't know. Do what you want.
Pretty big difference between
Sam.
3 and 5. I feel like.
Well, like
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like depending on who you are, cocaine isn't that bad. Dunko, what do you think?
I mean, I think it's just all about how familiar the environment is. Like, in the context of the cave allegory, like the guy being outside, he doesn't know any of that shit. It's all brand new. There's no familiarity at all. But like,
Yo, wait, do you already know the cave allegory?
did I not come in mid-recording, or is this just what you do now, where you just like start off texting me like, "No, we haven't started yet." That was such a lie. Wait, was Plato the one that like dragged those young boys down and like lectured them, or is that another guy?
I mean, probably. He was a professional wrestler. Fun fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not a lot of people know that about Plato, but yeah. What do you think about that, Katie?
Oh, I was thinking of Socrates.
scared.
I think no, Socrates was the bad guy. I think. I
You
don't
might.
know. Can you just like edit this out if I'm wrong? I don't want to
I don't
sound
know.
intelligent on this very intellectual podcast.
Yeah, well,
We're so galaxy brained right now.
Oh yeah.
for real. I'm gone. Anyway, all right, Katie, it's been a pleasure.
Also, are you sitting in the dark right now?
Oh, shit, yeah, the sun went down.
This fucker.
One sec. Oh, wait, I got a lamp. Yeah, I could have had incredible lighting this whole time.
You just
And I
progressively look more and more like shit as recording goes on.
Yeah, for real. I'm Sam Pellegrino.
I'm Matthew Dunko.
I'm Katy Pasquariello.
Yeah.
We got it.
Peace out.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching or listening to High Concepts. I don't really know what the fuck you're doing with the podcast, but thank you for doing it. I just wanted to talk to you for a second about the foundation that we're donating all the proceeds for this podcast to, all 40 cents of it. It's called Direct Relief. They're working on getting protective equipment for hospitals all across the world. They don't discriminate based on like what neighborhood you're in or even what country you're in, you know. They don't care. They just want to see people living their lives healthily, and it's really incredible the work they're doing. So if you want to donate, please donate to directrelief.org. Or share the podcast. Make sure that we don't look like assholes who only had 40 cents to donate. But you know what? Just do whatever you can to help those guys out. They're doing great work. They deserve all the money they can get. So please donate to directrelief.org. And thank you so much for watching High Concepts. This might be the last episode we make. I'm not sure yet. This was the last one required for the class, but these are a lot of fun to make. At the same time, I hate having a podcast. So we'll figure it out, you know? I'm Sam Pellegrino, and thanks for watching and or listening.